right, everyone, here we are with ticker symbol HYLN, Hyliion Holdings Corp. And before we jump into this chart, I want to say welcome to all my first-time viewers and investors. Welcome to the channel. Invest for tomorrow. To all my subscribers, welcome back. And before we go ahead and jump into this chart, I just want to announce to all my investors and viewers here on the channel that I have launched my website, investfortomorrow.com. I will put the link down below. There's going to be a short intro video. If you have time to watch it, I highly recommend it. And it lets you know a little bit about what the website entails and what is the website's projection looking forward and what's the main goal, which is for all of us to learn and grow together and make some money, right? So then we're going to have the stock picks forum, the daily watch list, and the gathering of investors, as well as how to manage the intangibles. So the website isn't just going to be about stocks. It's going to be way more about investing and finance in other areas and expanding knowledge in other areas than just stocks. Now, in the gathering of investors, investors will be able to share their investing knowledge and experiences with one another, talk about news going on with anything in particular of a particular stock, and so forth, and even ask questions. Now, there are member options, so I highly recommend reading over them and seeing what each one has. Now, I do want you guys to know that each one of these are monthly. So if you divide that by 30, you'll know what your average cost would be per day. And I believe that you'll be receiving way more than that over time. Obviously, the community is small right now. And I want to say thank you to those of you that have joined. And thank you for those of you that have stopped by to look at the website. I highly encourage you guys to look at it. But as this grows, this is definitely going to be worth it. I don't plan on changing this at all. If anything, I may add another membership in the near future that's going to be way more in depth about other things going on, more than just stocks and investing and finance. It will be probably including courses and so forth. But right now we have this, and I highly recommend reading over it. It's optional. And I will put the link down below in the description. I just want everyone to be aware of it and not miss out on it or not say, hey, you didn't tell me. So I just want to make sure everyone knows. And I just started it this week, and my first posts are going to start in 2 weeks. I haven't posted anything just yet. In 2 weeks, we will start posting and developing from there on forward. So back to HYLN stock. Hyliion has been in a sideways movement. So it went very bearish since the 27th, and it's been below the 50-day moving average since the 24th. Something I'm noticing here based off the chart and indicators other than just the 50-day moving average and our resistance and support, which I was looking at the chart earlier before doing this video, is that it's looking like there's a slight consolidation here. It's slowed down. And if the bulls do reappear, this could break through the 50-day moving average tomorrow and end up in bullish territory. So I want you guys to keep your eyes peeled on this one and have a close look at what's going on in the chart. It doesn't signify that it's actually going to end up in bullish territory. And I'm not saying that the turnaround is about to happen, but the indicators are slightly showing that. But we still have to watch closely to what's going on. So the lowest point reached in this whole entire bearish run was recently touched here at 1791, 1792, give or take. So I want every single investor to continue keeping that number in mind. As long as we stay above it, this isn't going to hit any newer lows. But the bulls need to come and load up on stocks to break through the 50-day moving average and the resistance levels that we're about to talk about. So we're going to look at this closely. Support was slightly broken through today, which was 1799. And we have a new support level, which we're going to look at in just a moment. And we have a new resistance level. But 1869 is still an important resistance level for the near future. But let's look at our new points of reference based off the chart and the last couple hours of the day. Let's see here what's going on and what our 50-day moving average is, so we know where we stand and what our support is and so forth. So the 50-day moving average is 1832. I want every single investor to write that down and be aware of that. That's what the bulls need to break through to get back into bullish territory. Super important for the bulls. We're currently at 1803. So there's a short distance there. It's not that far, but every cent is a stretch. So right now we're at 1803. And again, if it breaks through 1792, this will start to see newer lows. But our new support level based off of today's chart and what it's showing us is 1796. So from yesterday's support to today's support, it has slightly moved just a few cents. So if 1796 gets broken through, our next point of reference is down here at this point at 1792. And if 1792 gets broken through, we're moving much further away from the 50-day moving average in a downward direction and hitting newer lows and newer support levels. So I want every single investor to be aware of that and pay close attention to how this stock is reacting if it breaks through those two supports. Now, when you zoom out again, like I said, and based off the indicators and so forth, it's looking like the bulls have a chance here to pull back up. But they need to come and load up on stocks. It's not guaranteed, so we need to watch this closely. But it looks like the bulls have a shot here. They need to load up on stocks and bring this one back up, break through the 50-day moving average to get back into bullish territory. And their true goal is to break through this resistance level, which is 1856. If they accomplish this, they've broken through the 50-day moving average, got back into bullish territory, and they're here now breaking through resistance and turning that into a support and pulling away from it will get them further into bullish territory. So breaking through 1856 and turning it into a support is quite an accomplishment for the bulls to get back into bullish territory and start gaining leverage over the chart. So we need to watch that closely as well. But before getting to 1856, we do have the 50-day moving average as a midway point and an indicator to know if the bulls have gone back into bullish territory. Now, based off the indicators that I'm looking at that are showing me that there's a possibility here of this turning around is right now these that I'm about to show in just a second. I want you guys to see this. It doesn't always mean that it's going to break through that and hit, newer highs. That's not always the case. You have to pay very close attention to it anyways. But just based off the chart, this is what it's showing. So when we put the MACD is showing some slight upward movement. Now it's kind of breaking even. So we need to see how this continues these last couple hours of the day. But it's been working its way up. As you can see it here, even though this has been in a sideways movement, the MACD is moving up. Now, if this continues and gets to darker shaded bars, green bars, and they start picking up, like in this direction in an upward staircase movement, this will then indicate that this could be on its way upwards. Now, the only thing that's holding it down is this indicator right here. And that indicator, when we're below it, it means that the bulls are not having an opportunity to have some momentum. So they need to break through this. It's a really close one, but the MACD is showing some signs of a slight upward movement. And if they can create that true momentum and load up on stocks, the bulls, they can create that staircase effect and work their way up to newer highs. That's what I'm looking at here. It does not signify that this is going up. It's just looking like it's in position to slightly do so. Now they need to cross this, which is seeming a little bit of a difficult task due to the fact that they've been below it since almost the middle of the day. But if they can cross that either early on in the morning or sometime now in the after hours or get closer to it and have the MACD continue this trajectory, this could be on its way to working its way this way and doing that upward movement where we then have our 50-day moving average to know that we're back into bullish territory. We have our resistance to know that if they turn that into a support, they can break away from it and reach newer highs. So we're going to have to watch this closely. But I just wanted to share with you guys what I'm seeing. But again, all these indicators do not guarantee that it's going back up. And there's been a quite consolidation period here of it kind of hanging out sideways. But we're going to have to see the tug of war because it can go either way. If the bulls don't load up on stocks, they're missing out on this momentum and this opportunity, and the bears are going to load up on bringing this down. So we need to watch it closely. The tug of war will be interesting. As always, if you found this video helpful and informative, please do so and subscribe. Don't forget to click on the bell to turn on all notifications and not miss a single video that I post. Share this with your friends and community, and don't forget to hit the like button to let me know you watched this video. Thank you guys so much for watching.